that you all should be aware of is that all decision making which had some component of gut feeling earlier, be it in hospitality, be it in business studies or whatever you are studying today, all those factors, all those things that you are going to in your future as you become managers, handle people, make business decisions. One of the most important aspect would be how do you decide based on data so that it is absolutely biased free. You are not biased. At the same time, you have a certain scientific tool in your hand, which is going to throw out even better results every time that you practice it. So that's going to be the in thing, and it's already the in thing now. It's going to only mature over a period of time. We are very lucky to have amongst ourselves Mr. Avijit Sen. I had requested a number of times and he has agreed, and we must thank you, Mr. Sen, for giving time. And our students are really, they'll definitely be looking forward to your insights. I will not take much time because your time is also short. You can please go ahead and I'll intervene whenever it's required. Meanwhile, let me try to fix my video as well.
No
Okay.
problem.
So thank you so much. You can please, the floor is yours. You please, you can take it over from here. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Sudip. Thank you very much, and it's my pleasure to meet with so many great minds. Though you guys are now students, but I'm pretty sure very soon you will be in all the organizations which are there in this country, outside this country, and you will be part of those organizations, and you will be working as an professionals into those organization. And world is very small nowadays, okay, and to data analytics and all those stuff, now it is everything is just nearby. So we will meet someone with some of you very near future. That is my hope, and that is what I believe very strongly. Before I start, and I'll just tell you about what is data analytics and how it is helping various customers across the industries, across the verticals. Um, before going into those discussion, and I must say that this should be a very interactive session. Okay, it should not be that I am speaking and you guys are just listening. I want you to raise your hand if you have any questions, um, and if you want to add anything on top of it, or if you have any clarification, please let me know. I will try to answer as much as possible within this next 1 hour. Now, before we start, let me introduce myself. Okay, I know that you are now in Siliguri. I am based out of Kolkata. I born and brought up in Durgapur in West Bengal. I did my engineering from Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College, which is very near to your place as well. So I have little bit connect with North Bengal. Though I have not gone to my college long time, but whenever when Sudip called me and told me that you guys are from Shiliguri, that is one of the reason I said that okay, fine, I will come and I will talk about data analytics with the students. Okay, let's start. So data analytics. Let me talk about some history. Correct. So I know that this IT industry or IT that is happening long time back, even in 1970, 75, that time also ITs were there, and we are talking about data and all those stuff. But slowly it is, and it was mostly all the datas are in the mainframe systems, and people are mostly taking the data from mainframes, massaging that, and all those stuff. And that journey had slowly moved to a different direction, for different things, correct? Then it came the DBMS, then it came RDBMS, and all those things had happened. And people slowly start getting matured that how to capture the data, how to utilize that data, and how to get some meaningful um, insights about those data. And that is how data analytics actually evolved over the years. And right now, I don't know whether you heard this term. um, in the market, there is another big buzz is going on chat gpt, generative ai. So those are the new addition into the overall analytics mix. I will touch base on that a little bit in the later part of the discussion. But so what is data? First of all, you need to understand what is data. So if you see, we have if you think of an organization, correct? Let's say one financial organization or a retail organization, they have multiple systems. It could be a mainframe system, it could be a crm system, it could be a civil system, it could be an operational system. So there are multiple systems are there, and each system holds the data in a different way. Let's say crm system holds the customer data, then your transactional system has all sorts of transaction a customer is doing, or any transaction that is happening, historical transaction. Those things are there in the transactional systems. um, you have you have data of the logs, you have the data of your let's say financial information. So everything is there stored in various systems within an organization. Now customers are initially thought that, okay, I have so many data with me, what to do with that data? That means they want to analyze that data to make it more robust, and at the same time get the insight of the data, in the sense that how they can utilize that data and apply certain rules to make it happen, and make it more insightful for the business, so that business can use that data and can take some decision. And with that decision, they can open in new avenues of revenue, or new avenues of opening for the business point of view. So that is what the main or the crux of data analytics. So if I broadly say that how data actually how to do the data analytics. So data analytics is basically collect the data,
तेरा
then
मोबाइल चल ही रहा है सिंपी.
collect the data, uh, then you massage the data or analyze the data based on your need, and last but not the least, you need to uh, you need to you need to get the insight of the data which you have analyzed, and give it back to the business users, so that they can do they can use that data for strategy. They can use that data for getting more different types of business for that organization. Okay. um, so that's at a high level about the data. Now let me um, give some real life examples that how data analytics works. So in nowadays, I think all of you have account in Netflix, correct? So if you see in Netflix, there is an option that comes in your Netflix app, that these movies are recommended for you. So how come Netflix knows that you want to, or you like to watch this type of movies or this type of shows? So this is how Netflix does all those things, is that it actually capture your data and do a pattern analysis, that okay, last one since 1 month or couple of months, this user is watching, let's say, science fiction movies or horror movies, or let's say any adventurous movies or adventurous shows. So based on those data, it actually did do some sort of analysis and understand that what is the mood of the user, what sort of pattern this particular user is following, and based on that, it actually recommends that, okay, this is these are the types of movies this user may like to watch, and they will recommend those to all of us. Okay, so this is one of the classic example. At the same time, I hope all of you have most of you have saw the movie called Swades, correct? It's a very famous movie. I think it came almost a decade back. So there is one scene, one um, there is one scene where one of the villager is saying that, asking Shahrukh that, Shahrukh, tell me, um, what typically you do. Here Shahrukh said that I am a NASA engineer. Then what is, they asked that what is NASA? Then Shahrukh mentioned that NASA is like this, and this type of work we typically do. Like, we have satellites. Satellites actually capture all the data. It can forecast the temperature, that if there is any natural calamities are happening and all those things. The villager says that, oh, no, we have one person who can look at the sky, and he can tell you that whether rain is coming in next two days or something like that. And he just look at the sky and say that, okay, sky is very clear, there is no cloud, and there is no possibility of any rain for next couple of days. Now try to understand, okay, whatever this villager is doing, it's a guesswork. There is no science behind it, there is no data behind it. But the the analyst, the data analyst, or the engineers who are capturing the data, who are analyzing that data, and who are giving you a better forecast, those are more powerful, more insightful, and the science is there behind it. So nowadays also, so if you see, every day in the newspaper, even in today also, I saw that the meteorological department is saying that it's this heat will be there for next 3 days or 4 days, and after that there may be rain. How it is possible? It is possible because they are capturing the data, they have the historical data, and through that they are trying to analyze that data and come to a pattern saying that, okay, with this data, this is how things are happening. Then through that analysis, through that analytics, they can say that there could be a rain on so and so date. So that's the analytics. That is how they have the data, and through which they can predict, or they can say that this is how the forecast will happen. Okay. Next example which I could talk about is that, in the retail industry, correct? In our country, it is slowly coming up, but what I saw in UK and other parts of the geography, that they have big superstores like Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, correct? And they have big warehouse in the city, in the London. Let's say in London they have 4 or 5 big warehouse, and at the same time they have stores, different types of stores, big stores, metro stores, this store, that store, and all those things. Now, how to replenish those stores with the food items, or with the non-perishable items, correct? So that also needs some data to do the analysis, and then accordingly take a call. So typically what they does is that they take the historical data, they do a pattern analysis, and they say that they try to understand that, okay, during Easter time, let's say example, during Easter time, what are the things I should put into my store more, so that it can get sold. So let's say they will say that, okay, I will put some turkey and all those things during Easter, or some big cakes during that Easter, more into the store, and I know that this will be sold quickly. So how to do the replenishment, how to sell that, and how to understand that during which season or which time, what sort of items the customer will buy more. Those everything you can do through data analytics. You collect the data from the store, you do the analysis, and you can do a pattern analysis, and you can understand that during this time of the year, these are the products which can be sold more, and these are the products can be replenished quickly and can be kept in the store more. So this is what the beauty of data analytics. Any questions so far before I move on to the different types of data? Carry on. Anuj, carry on.
Good morning, sir. I wanted to ask, sir, that market size of a business analyst analytics profile, sir, in present and future, sir, according to you.
You said business analytics, correct?
Yes,
Or
sir. Our
business
analytics
analyst.
profile, sir, related to that only, sir. What is the market size, sir, in present and what will be in the future,
It
according to you?
is huge. Just hold on your question. This is a very good question. Okay. And I will give the answer at the end, and you will get to know that why I am asking you to hold it for some time. Just to give you a hint, what I felt is that with the introduction of Chat GPT, entire dynamics is going to change. Okay, and people like business analyst or data analyst, their work is going to increase a lot because of this chat GPT and generative AI. Okay, there is a new concept called prompt engineering that is coming into the market very soon. All the organizations, all the industries are working that how to make it a successful prompt engineering. And to make it successful, there would be requirements of prompt engineers, and prompt engineers is nothing but the business analyst or the data analyst who can prompt properly that, okay, let me give you an example. If you prompt that I want to understand the sales upside during the month of March. So if you prompt properly, your engine can give you the result more efficiently. Okay, so if you understand the business properly, if you understand the business requirement, and if you give the prompt properly, automatically you will get more accurate results. So this is where the business analytics and business analysis work is going towards. Okay, Anuj.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, please? Okay. So let me ask one question. So far I talked about the importance of data analytics and how it has been used across the industries at a high level. Now, if I want you to segregate the data, so there are various types of data, correct? If I ask you to segregate the data, um, as per you, what are the different types of data that is available in any organization? Any idea? Carry on, Anuj.
So, according to me, like it's the past data like available in the market, sir.
Okay.
With
No, those
which,
those those those, those are not type of data. Basically,
okay, sir.
those are kind of, you can talk about a historical data. It could be historical
Yes, yes.
transactional data. Yeah. Correct. But if I say the if I divide the data into multiple segments, so data broadly you can define it into three types. Okay. One is called the master data. Master data in the sense, let's say you are running an organization. Okay, you are running a financial organization or a retail organization or healthcare organization. You will have a set of customers, you will have a set of vendors if it is retail, who actually supplies all the raw material. you will have a set of providers if it is an healthcare organization, correct? And these customers has a specific details. Let's say customer first name, customer last name, middle name, customer address, customer phone number, correct? And these are not get changed frequently, correct? It, my name is Avijit Sen. I stays in Kolkata. This is my phone number. This is my address. This will remain static. It will not get changed frequently, correct? Maybe once in 10 years, my address may get changed, okay, or may not get changed. So that set of data is called the master data, okay. There is another set of data which is available in the market is called the reference data. So what is reference data? Reference data is kind of to build a data set. You need to have some data which is very static, which never gets changed. Maybe in next 20 years it will not change, and it's a very small set of data. Let me give you an example. All of you have a savings account, correct, in the bank. What are the different types of accounts that can be possible? It can be savings account, it can be current account, it can be joint account, it could be fixed deposit accounts, it could be recurring deposit accounts, it could be nostro accounts. So there are plenty of different types of accounts that can be possible. And every account, let's say, has a code. Let's say savings account, if you see in most of the banks, it starts with something SV or something like that. Current account, it comes with C or something. So every types of accounts has a code. Now, if you maintain this code separately, and whenever you want to map, let's say Anuj Kumar Gupta has a bank account which is savings account. So instead of putting that savings account, if you just put that code into the record, that's enough. People will be able to understand that SB means it's a savings account, and that has been maintained separately. That is called the reference data. If you want to search for it, you can go to that reference data, get it, and do whatever operation you want to do. That's called the reference data. And there is a third type of data, which is called the transactional data. And transactional data can be live transactions. Transactional data can be historical transaction, correct? Or you can say within the historical data, within the historical transaction, it could be live historical data, or it could be kind of date historical data. I'm just explaining what is live and date. So live means that, let's say you bought one life insurance from LIC or whatever, that you bought 15 years back. So you have but you are doing a transaction every year. So every year there is one transaction where you are paying your premium. So there would be one line item which is called the premium paid on so and so date. That's your current data. But whatever premium you have paid in the past years, that will remain as a historical data, correct? But this is, though this account is there with LIC for longer years, but still this is a live account. This is a live customer, and it has live transactions. And there are certain transactions which are happened, let's say 20 years back. So those transactions are no use at this point of time. So that's kind of a date transactions you can talk about. But there are certain regulatory norms out there. Whenever you like to migrate this data from one system to another system, as per government rules across different countries, you have minimum, some countries say that I need last 3 years historical transaction. Some countries say that I need last 7 years transactional data. Okay. Some countries say that, okay, I don't need any historical data, just give me the live transactions data. Okay. So these are the different ways you can play with your data. But at a high level, these are the various types of data that is available in any organization. whatever industries you talk about, you have master data, you have reference data, and you have transactional data. Okay, and at least till let's say 2016-17, okay, most of the organizations across verticals, they typically wants to keep that data on premises in the sense within their organization, and remain within the physical servers, um, within that organization. And this has various costs involved that. So that means that you need to buy or you need to procure a server, correct? You need to have a separate data center. You need to have separate dedicated support group to support those data centers or support those servers. And these servers are very costly, by the way. And customer typically says that my OpEx is very high. So OpEx is my operational cost to maintain these servers, to maintain these data centers. I think after 2015-16, entire industry was planning to move into cloud. Okay, it could. So and then there is another revolution started in the industry, that all the customers, rather most of the customers, they prefer to move into cloud, because when you move into cloud platforms are much scalable than your on-premise platform. Scalable in the sense that if you have more data, if it is on-premise, that means you need to procure one more servers, which is again a cost to you. But cloud has the flexibility. It is much cheaper. If you have more data which are coming into cloud, you can add one more node and you can store that data. So that is one advantage which customer actually got. The second thing which customer is talking about is that I need to make it more available, which means that if let's say if it is on premise and one of the server there is some issue, that means you are gone. Either it's a complete data loss or a business loss or whatever. But if it is on the cloud whenever data is in the cloud, it is available almost 99.9%. Even if one node is down, there is a mechanism, you can take it up to the next node, have them back up, and can run. Okay, so there are multiple benefits which customer identify if they goes to cloud, and then they started moving into cloud as part of their strategy. Now, cloud can be on Azure, it can be on AWS, it could be on the GCP. Even this Google Meet, do you know that this Google Meet is it on cloud or is it on premise? Guys? So Google Meet is again on Google Cloud. Okay. Similarly, I think all these things, Teams is on Azure. Okay, Microsoft Teams. Then you have other this type of apps are there, which is absolutely on cloud. And look at that. If wherever I used to have a phone back in 2017-18, where I need to give a call to my colleague in US or colleague in UK. But now it's all in Teams. You don't need to have a phone or you don't need to do anything. From Teams itself, you can give a call. Even if you are traveling somewhere, you can sync up your Teams with your mobile and then give a call. So there is a revolution that happened from 2016-17 onwards, where most of the customers actually moved into cloud. And as part of this revolution, customer says that, okay, I need to move this entire data, whatever there is in my on-premise, I need to move into cloud. And when this COVID actually came in 2019-20, you don't know, we were struggling to fulfill most of the requirements or most of the demands, because Customer is coming left, right, and center that I want to move into cloud. Can you please help me? So there's a huge requirement that was coming. And most of the requirements were starting with, I need data analysts. I need data analyst. Okay. Now, why I'm saying all those things? Data analysts are always plays a very major role in any sort of data journey. Okay. And data analyst is one of the role you guys can look for, because it is not a very technical role. It is a role where you need to understand the business side of the things, and at the same time you need to have a good analytical skills. So how it actually works, let's say customer said that I want to increase my sales, how I can help. So this is the problem statement which customer or let's say business sponsor has given to IT, that I have 100,000 customers who are part of my organization, or we are helping them. Now I want to increase my sales. Let me know how I can do that. So this is what the problem statement customer has given to the IT. What IT will do is that, correct, what is business and what is IT. So business is kind of a set of people who actually run the business or run an organization. They don't know about nitty-gritties or technical side of the things, which is happening on the IT side. So business guys are mostly, they define the strategy that, okay, this is, if I have this type of strategy, it will give a revenue jump of 5% and 10% for me from next financial year. And to make this 5 to 10% revenue jump in the next financial year, this is what my strategy and this is what I should do. That is the goal of a business user or a business person. And that is the business statement business users give it to IT. Now IT typically takes that business case and they drill down into that how to do the things more efficiently so that they can give 5% or 10% increase on the revenue to the business from next financial year. Okay, so this is how typically it works. So now coming back to this discussion, when this requirement came to IT, the first thing what IT will do is that they will bring 5 or 6 business analysts and data analysts and ask them that, okay, these are my source systems, or these are the systems from where I'm getting the data right now. It could be a CRM system, it could be a transactional system, it could be a core banking system, whatever. You guys go analyze the data and understand what sort of functionalities that has been catered right now in the existing systems, and come up with the set of use cases which we should implement to make our newer system more robust. And that is where you guys, with the business knowledge and analytical knowledge, starts the data analysis and create a report saying that this is my existing data, these data can do these functionalities, but these are the functionalities which are missing in the existing data or existing system. If we implement these functionality into the newer system along with whatever available in the old system, this will give us more efficient way to manage the sales, more efficient way we can run the business, run the operations, and it will give this much of improvement in the overall sales. Okay. Now, how to do the analysis? It's not that one day you will go and collect the data and do the analysis. No, it's not possible. So there is a set of procedures which you need to follow. The first and foremost thing which is impossible, which is important, is that you need to collect the data from the various source systems, from the existing source systems. And there is a term which is called data cleansing. I don't know whether you heard this term, but the foremost or the first thing which you need to do is that you need to understand the quality aspect of the data, how good or bad the data is in the source system. And in order to do that, you need to do the profiling of the data to understand, okay, let me give you an example. Okay, you are getting two records from two different source systems. One source system is saying that a customer named Avijit Sen stays in Kolkata. Only this much of information is there from one system. The other system is saying that customer name is Avijit S, having an address at Kolkata, Sector 5, Salt Lake, something like that. Now, it is the responsibility of the data analyst to understand that data and flag that there is a data anomaly. I am getting two records with the same name, kind of same address, but I am not sure whether these two entry are for same name or same customer. So this is a problem. Now, as part of the profiling, you can do up to this. When after the profiling, you need to create a data quality rules to make it a good data, which is called the data quality rules. Once you do the data quality, create the data quality rules, you need to apply those data quality rules on the data set and create a uniform record. You found what you will at the end of the data quality, the record should looks like Avijit Sen resides at this address with pin code these, and it's a single record. So that means there is a duplicate. You need to remove that duplicate as well. So this is how you need to prepare your data at the first place. And this is the responsibility of a data analyst, that after getting the data from the source system, you need to cleanse the data and create a meaningful data on which you can do the analysis. Once the data is getting cleansed, you need to start all sorts of analysis. And once you complete that analysis, you will be creating a meaningful report saying that Avijit Sen has a savings account, has this many number of life insurance, has a net worth of this much money, but he doesn't have, let's say, a term insurance, or he doesn't have any motor vehicle insurance, and he doesn't have any health insurance. Okay, so you can create a report from the available data, and when it goes to sales will understand that, okay, I got a customer, this customer has a good money, but he doesn't have any health insurance or doesn't have any motor vehicle insurance. So these are my potential areas where I can go back to that customer and check that whether he needs it, and then the marketing campaign will start. And that is how often you will get a phone call from various insurance companies that we are giving an offer of a health insurance of this much money, we are giving an offer of this one for your car insurance, can you buy it? Some if let's say customer requires that, they will buy it, and that is how the sales will increase. Okay, so this is the entire life cycle of how a data analyst can play a major role to come up with a meaningful insights of the data. Okay, is it clear? Any questions so far?
Yes, Anuj, you speak out.
So I had a question, sir. So what is the major role difference between a data analytics person and a business analytics person in a company?
Business analytics or business analyst, okay, they
It's
are
major role difference.
major role difference. So data, so I think I explained it again. Let me tell you one more time, Anuj, okay. Business analysts are not a technical person, okay. They will more focus on the business side of the things, whereas a data analyst has to understand the business side of the things a bit, not in a detail like the business analyst, but at the same time he or she needs to be very good on the analytical side of the things, okay. Either any of the tools, any analytical tool like say R or Python or simple SQL. Otherwise it is very difficult for him or her to do any sorts of analysis of the data. And
Sir, and I had a counter question also, sir.
mhm.
So what are the important tools to be learned for a business analytics profile according to you?
See, for business analytics, I think you can learn tools like reporting tools, correct? Reporting tool, analytical tool like Power BI or Tableau, through which you can do a self-service reports. Okay, based on the data which are there in the warehouse or in your data store, you can create certain self-service reports. And to do that, you can have use whatever tools like say Power BI or Tableau or Cognos. These are the tools you can learn, and you can create self-service reports. Where for data analyst, you have to have you have to know tools like or languages like R, Python, through which you can do the analytics side of the things.
Thank you, sir.
Ajay, you wanted to say something? Why don't you speak out? Ajay Harijan? Ajay, you had asked a question, right? Okay,
Okay.
your network is very slow. What was the question, Ajay? Can I do the honors on your behalf? Mr. Sen, he asks a question, Ajay. He
Mhm.
says that regarding the primary data, if we are provided for primary data, if we are provided for the new upgradation, then what will be the best forum to get in touch with data to create in a new way? Basically, I need ideas for new upgradation. I think he's talking about upgradations, if any. Ajay, are you trying to talk about that? Hello, hello.
Sir, hello.
Ajay, Ajay, tell me, Yeah, Ajay, speak out.
Sir, his network is very poor.
Yeah, I can feel that. I think he's not there in Shiliguri.
Yeah.
It's
What
And he
is
has
what is this upgradation? Upgrade means that is very important to for me
What do
to
you mean by
understand.
the upgrade? You are talking about primary data. You are also talking upgrade. What does it mean actually? Okay, Mr. Sen, you can proceed. Let him rephrase it and send it back. I think whatever he has written, it
Mhm.
needs to be rephrased because upgradation is something which can be very broad actually. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so.
So
Oh, acha, he is talking about upgrading it into the secondary data, or primary data. Means once it is worked upon and it is upgraded to secondary data. That's what he's trying to say.
sorry, it's still not much clear to me what is primary data, what is secondary data.
Can you give examples, Ajay? Fair enough. Mr. Sen, you can proceed. Let him phrase the question properly and send back.
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
So far, whatever I discussed, correct? So what are the main purpose of data analytics? So absolutely first thing is that it is helping organizations to improve the decision making, eliminating all sorts of guesswork, manual tasks, and all those things. Secondly, it is helping for a better customer service, which means that providing a more personalization and build stronger relationship with customer to give them based on their need. Third is about effective operations, which is basically uh, just read out of all the manual process and at the same time streamline them in a more automated way, so that organizations can save money and improve the productivity. So that is all about efficient operations. And last but not the least is about effective marketing. So which I told that if someone is wants to do some campaigning on certain product, definitely they need to understand the customers, what is the customer requirement, and accordingly they need to go for the campaigns. So in order to do this analysis or this type of thing, a data analyst or a data analyst can take out four different options. Okay, um, one type is called the descriptive analysis. The second one is called diagnostic analysis. Third is predictive, and fourth is prescriptive. So what is the difference? So descriptive is nothing but it's a very simple surface level analysis. Okay, that happened in the past. So which means that uh, if you got a problem statement, you no need to understand that or problem statement why it is happening. Rather, just uh, just explore what is the data, and you no need to go very deep about that analysis. You just find out at a high level that what is the problem statement and what sort of things that can happen. It's a very high level analysis that you can do through this analysis. But when it comes for the diagnostic analysis, which is basically to identify the why part, why this problem happens, and what how I can identify these anomalies. So that's very important task, and that's very intrinsic that you need to do very detailed analysis to understand that problem statement. The other thing is that predictive analysis. This is very interesting, correct? Um, Predictive analytics, it is not about what happened in the past. It is basically what can happen in the future based on the data which is there with you. So let me give an example, and I'm just in one of my customer, correct? In my previous or one of the organization, um, they are manufacturer of the lift. Okay, and they supplies lift to many organizations, many individual B2B customers as well as B2C customers, correct? Now, every whenever they sell a lift, you need to the next thing comes with the AMC and then maintenance and then fixing the issues. And sometimes it happens that one of the, let's say, one B2B customers is complaining too many issues about the lift, and it is creating a lot of problem for the organization to run the AMC. So this lift manufacturing customer has ran a predictive analytics on whatever data they are collecting from the lift, and they try to understand what sort of issues that can occur in the near future, and accordingly they take the preventive measure. And it was so successful project that applying those predictive analytics and identify the issues upfront and putting a solution to that actually improve the productivity by at least by 10%. So that's the power of predictive analytics. And the last one is the prescriptive analytics. So prescriptive analysis is basically an advanced version of predictive analytics. It's building on predictive analytics. And in prescriptive analytics, there are a lot of use of AI/ML, algorithms, all data modeling. So all those things comes into picture to come up with a prescriptive analytics. So let me give an example. Okay, how many of I think most of you knows that nowadays our income tax department is very strong. Okay, they typically catch hold of you if you don't pay the tax properly, or if you are not at all paying any tax, correct? So how it is possible? So what is happening at this moment is that they are collecting all the data. They have the data from the other systems. They have the data from their PAN card systems. They have the data from other whatever you are purchasing from the stores. That is also they are capturing. Not only that, be careful. They are capturing your social media data. Whatever you are posting into Facebook, whatever you are posting into Instagram, they are capturing that data. Let's say I am a person, I am actually posted that I bought a house or I bought a BMW car or this that, but income tax, I am not paying income tax, or I am paying a very less income tax. That can also be captured by income tax department right now, and that all can happen just because they are once they capture this data, they massage that data, and they are putting that data into some diagnostic model, and on top of that they are putting some algorithm to find it out what is the pattern this customer or this person is having, what is his social status, and then accordingly they can reach out to you and they can send you a letter that you are not paying tax properly. So all those mechanisms, all those things are already implemented even in India. Okay, and that is how they are capturing, or they are increasing the revenue for government of India through income tax. Okay, so this is a very classic and very robust implementation that happened in India to increase the overall tax base, and that is the result of power of data analytics. Okay, I think we have 5 more minutes. Let me take a pause. I know this is very at a very high level, the basics which I talked about, but each and every topic which I talked about, like the master data, reference data, cloud modernization, it itself, these are all vast topic, and it needs at least 1 hour each to talk about that. What is master data? How you can mastering the data? How you can do the data modernization? How you can do the um, business analytics on top of the data which you are storing? What is a data analyst? How data analyst actually works on in different areas? When the business analyst come into picture and create a meaningful reports out of the data which can shown it to the customer, slice and dice of the data. So all those things can be there. My only recommendation is that there are a lot of good videos are there in YouTube or in Google or in other social media. If you are really interested, please go through those videos. And for people like you, my understanding is that you will not become a hardcore developer or hardcore technical persons. You should you should capture, or you should gain an experience on the domain side of the things. Let's say you become a domain expert on the financial sector, or on the retail sector, or on the healthcare sector, or any other sector which you think of. But at the same time, you should know how to analyze the data to take a proper decision, proper business decision. That is more important. You may not need to have good knowledge on SQL or Python or R. If you are good on Excel sheet, that is also possible for you to do the business analysis, or the data analysis, to come to a business decision. That is very important.
Yes, Anuj.
Sir, I had a doubt, sir, to ask, like, is data scraping legal or illegal online?
What is data scraping? First of all, tell me.
Sir, getting out information from other, like, users or customers to get a insight.
No, it
Suppose
is
I am launching a
no,
product, then I want some insight
no,
of the
no.
marketing.
Unfortunately, that's a very good question. But at the same time, I would suggest please refrain from doing all those things. Okay. In
Okay.
other parts of the geography outside India, okay, let's say in UK or in US, they have a very strict rules. It's in UK, it is called GDPR. GDPR is already implemented there, which says that you can't disclose the personal information of the customer without the consent. Okay, there are set of rules that has been properly defined by the government, and every organization is bound to abide that rule. Same for US, same for other geography. But unfortunately for India, we don't have any such rules right now. And that's the reason, unfortunately, I would say that our mobile numbers are there with everyone. You are getting unknown calls, you are getting unnecessary messages from everywhere. But in order to do, coming back to your question, if you really want to get the data for a customer, or for any other third party, you have to abide the rule. Definitely it is not there in India, but when you are getting the data from, let's say, somewhere from Europe or somewhere from US, you have to abide that rule. And based on that rule, whatever data is available to you, you need to do the analysis, and you need to present your analysis to them. There is a concept called PII data, okay, and that PII data is very sensitive. No one can share that PII data in US or Europe or any other geography to a third party without proper consent or proper authorization. So typically, when someone is sharing the PII data of a customer, they change that data, they scramble the data, they obfuscated the data, and then that data comes to you for your analysis. I hope that answers your question, Anuj.
Yes, yes. Thanks.
So one thing, Mr. Sen, can you tell the students which are the good videos from where they can learn a bit of these things? Means areas that been some sort of a handholding in terms of
Yeah, so
avenues,
I would
free
suggest,
free sources.
YouTube is the best source. Okay, go to YouTube and search the basics of data analytics. That is where you can start, and then slowly, once you understand the basics, then if you want to understand more of a certain topic, let's on the master data management, then go for master data management, and then understand how master data management can be, or the master data can be created. If you want to understand cloud modernization, go for certain videos. I think that's the best way. And at the same time, if you search in Google, you will get very good articles. Okay.
Acha, one thing that I wanted to just because going forward there will be a lot of career options in AI, and there is something, and for the students here, technical, as you correctly say, the technical areas will not be the areas that they mostly be venturing into. But I just try to understand, for instance, any opening in UI or UX. Essentially, UX is one area that's or and also like ethicists, the ethical aspects. Is do they have any option in those areas for the students of their credentials and the way they are drifting towards? So, do you think that AI ethicist, for instance, that's one
Yeah,
profile that's
absolutely.
coming up this
They
time.
can do it, but UI and UX, this is more on the front end side.
Technical
Okay?
front end, yes,
Front
it's
end
on a more
side.
presentation layer actually.
Yeah, it is it they can choose that, but I would prefer that I am a student of a
Mhm.
management student. My view is very simple. Okay, I would be preparing myself on certain domain, as I
Correct.
mentioned.
Mm.
It could be
Mm.
on that, and then can experience myself or take some coaching on certain visualization tools which are there in the market. It could be Power BI or it could be Tableau. Okay,
Mhm.
and then I can I should see how I can build my self service reports based on my need. If I
Right.
create those self service reports and if I present it to my seniors or to the decision makers that based on this data, this is what is my analysis. And
Mhm.
if you see this chart is showing that, say during month of March,
Mhm.
now it is very hot. Month of March, the purchase of AC, air conditioner, is high. So
Mhm.
that's a pattern, correct?
Right.
So
Right.
how to give a better benefit to the customer so that if I am selling, let's say, 500 air conditioner today, if I have a better marketing policy, I can sell it thousands.
Mm.
So that is what the view they can give through these self service reports.
Okay. Okay. So now this see, since we are in the college level, we do have, as you correctly said that time, this most of the time we may not be having access, or we do not have sufficient infrastructural areas which can actually help the students to get a feeling of this tableau and all. So what we do is we are already in the process. We are creating an Excel based this visualization aspect, so that data can be,
Write some
yeah, yeah.
macros and create those reports.
Yes, yes, visualizations, and then they can start working on data and trying to come up with their own insights. That's perhaps the most that we can be done, that we
Absolutely,
could do in this college level. So
absolutely.
that's one area. It's already in the pipeline. So that's we are doing that. We are going to implement shortly. So apart from that, what else you are saying that whether we can have any what do you call inputs, or rather any uh, hands-on
No,
experience in Tableau,
yeah.
right?
So yeah. So absolutely, this visualization tool is there, and these visualization tools are now AI enabled, AI and ML
Correct.
enabled. Correct. So if I think the basics of AI ML is very important in today's world
Context, yeah.
context. Yeah, absolutely. You need to understand what is AIML. I talked about these different models, correct? Descriptive model, then your predictive models, and all those things. So if you can, if you have the basic idea that how it actually works and how to build those models, you need to understand the statistical model as well. So definitely that will help them to define that if I am building a business strategy
Hmm.
and if I follow this model, then it can give me this type of results. So that is very important.
Okay, okay. Anuj, you had a question? Anuj?
Yes, sir. So
Sorry.
at starting of this webinar, so you told that you wanted to speak about Chat GPT, but you had
Correct.
missed that point.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. Thank you very much. So as I said, correct, this chat GPT or generative AI, this is the new buzz in the industry. Okay. And honestly speaking, this is, though it's very in the early stage, but down the line, God knows, okay, whether this developer community will be there or not. Okay. Right now we are writing certain codes, correct? Select star from this table where this join. So those developer communities may not. So the thing is that nowadays developer community will be is going through a different perspective altogether because of this Gen AI and predict and Chat GPT. So how it actually works is that if you give a prompt, correct, as I mentioned, based on that prompt, it can do work for you. So let's say I'm giving one technical example, correct? Let's say today uh, you are in a your current system is in on let's say on COBOL. Okay, COBOL is a mainframe based system. Now, but you are planning to move into a Python based platform. In earlier days, you have to write, you need to understand the COBOL code and you need to understand the Python, and then accordingly you need to write the Python. But with the arrival of generative AI, if you just give the COBOL code on the input side, it can generate the Python code for you, and you can just copy and paste it into your new application. So that means there is a no role for developer at all. If you are a very good prompt engineers, if you know how to do or what to prompt to generative AI, your job is done and it can give you the result. It is a simple plain English that you need to tell to generative AI. How it actually works is that at the back end, generative AI is using certain analytical model, and through that analytical model and using Python and uh, R, they are converting all this. So people are still exploring that. The way the industry is going now is that every customer, we are anticipating that every customer will use the power of generative AI, and they will ask how you can optimize the overall project or optimize the overall time of your project. And similarly, it is something like that for a business users as well. If you ask that what is my sales data for last 3 years or 4 years, generative AI can help you with that data. Nowadays, I don't know how many times you are using a tool called Grammarly. It is available, correct?
Grammarly, yeah.
So Grammarly is also using an analytical model, and it's automatically helping you to change or improve your grammar. Is the same thing is coming for ChatGPT as well. Wait for next 6 months or 12 months. There is another revolution is coming in the industry through this ChatGPT and generative AI. There are certain articles out there, Anuj. If you are really interested, please read those articles.
So can you give the names of the articles, sir? Like
Can you hear
for
me, guys?
reference? So, sir, like for the reference, like what type of article, like what is the topic, sir?
Sorry,
Yeah, I
Anuj,
mean,
you need to repeat once again.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask like the reference for the articles.
It is there in the, there is no reference, okay? There is no one reference. You need to go to Google and you need to search with ChatGPT generative AI. You will get
Okay.
a lot of articles there.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
There is no one article which is available, okay? There are a lot of things you can get from McKinsey site, okay? there are a lot of articles you can get from Accenture site. Okay, even from LTIMindtree side also you will get articles. So you just need to read those articles and understand the power of ChatGPT. We are also working on it, but I can't disclose everything in this forum. Okay.
Okay, any further questions? Any further questions? From anyone, please feel free. Even faculty also, if you have got any questions. Yeah, Dibyendu, you have got any questions?
Sir, actually, I wanted to make this question through my students. So I'm asking for these questions from my students like Nishant, Pratik, Vishal, Imamuddin, like Anuj, if they're having any questions, because they were saying me regarding this chat GPT, and actually they have shown me the entire features. They were using the chat GPT. So Sir is saying about chat GPT, Anuj is asking the cross questions on this platform. So I request
But
my students.
the only problem is that except Anuj, nobody is picking up. Are they there, or is it that they are?
Yes, sir. Ajay is there, Vishal is there, Nishant is there,
Pratik
Imamuddin
is
is
there.
there.
Pratik doesn't is not saying anything, and then
I-
after this, you cannot have multiple questions. If Sir
yes,
is
sir.
there, Sir. You have to talk to Mr. Sen right now and clear
Yes, sir.
your doubts.
Sir, Nishant has raised his hand. Yes, Nishant, please carry on with your questions. Nishant,
Where is he?
just he raised his hand for a second.
I
Yeah,
have 2 more minutes.
Nishant.
Sorry, Sudip. I have one more
I
call.
understand. See, I told you, right? And that too, today is we are not working. Even then, we are here. So I told you that it will actually multiply. Even there are many more questions. I can assure you this. And the problem is, it will come after the session. That is what I know.
Yes,
No, no,
sir.
if you have any questions, definitely, Sudip, you collect all the questions and share it with me.
I'll do that. I'll definitely
Based
do that.
on my time, I will try to answer as much as possible. Okay, and I will
Surely,
share it.
surely, surely.
Sorry,
Okay, I think we
will
need
check
to
the.
draw it to a close, right? Has to
I
end
didn't
some.
realize that it is already 12:14. I thought
Yeah,
that
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I now just now as I was talking to you, just the moment you said, I just saw it. It's already 12:14. Thank you so much, Mr. Sen. I do not know how to, express my gratitude to you in a sense
No
because
problem.
students, as I told you in the beginning itself, it's students and they require a lot of such inputs from people like you. And I am thankful to you,
Absolutely.
IIS School of Management from our side. Definitely, we'll try to get back to you again and again to time on specifics as well. As you correctly said, maybe tomorrow we might have one session on predictive analytics about an hour. Maybe after that, another 2 months hence, we can have on what you call prescriptive analytics or even predictive analytics, whatever. Means all the 4 lines that you have spoken about. Now the point is, I must, if students wise, if you have any questions, I think you have to send these questions to me. I will share it with Mr. Sen. And once again, let me thank you, Mr. Sen, for giving your valuable time. And I assure you that next time as we meet, we will be having many more questions to ask to you.
No problem.
So that's
No
how it
problem.
is. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
to my students for appearing. And let's hope that we'll make it even bigger next time.
Thank
Yep.
you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.